Previously on epidemic.
Look what I found. So the earwig that I found on the basil, I lost track of it. You know, I hope the ants won't be attracted to this. So I'm gonna try the different trap, which is to take something like... Oh! Okay, we're making the trap. Soy sauce, olive oil, ice cream cup, and we'll be ready. Alright guys, it's been 2 days. Let's see. I'm a little scared, to be honest. Okay, here we go. Holy shit! What the? Are those ants? I was expecting earwigs. We got a million. I think that's fire ants. They look red. That is terrifying. Holy crap. I don't know what to think about that, to be honest. And there's the earwig. Finally found the little guy. Today is July 22nd. The last thing that I think I filmed was actually the ant thingy, the earwig trap that actually had a whole bunch of ants in it. That's a lot of time since the last time I filmed, so let me show you guys how Cherry is doing. Here is how Cherry's doing, and Cherry now even has their own little cage. And we also got some flowers blooming now, which we need to tap. Tomatoes are self-pollinating, so they just need this little shake and turn into little tomato fruits. So cute. Cherry is a survivor. Now here is a wonderful update of how everything is looking as a whole. Now first of all, our marigolds continue to produce a lot of fruit right here. Produce a lot of flowers here. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. Except all of these petals, like this one isn't even that old, but these petals are getting devoured and eaten by these little beetles called flea beetles. And they like to feed on these petals like crazy. Sometimes there's swarms of them on here and they do this kind of damage. It's not just my marigolds that have been suffering. We have a lot of biting happening here on my basils too. You can see this. I suppose these red ones aren't as popular, but luckily they leave the tomatoes alone and also the shiso. But yeah, for the most part, I don't really know what to do about these little beetle guys. So I suppose I'm doing kind of the unfriendly thing where I've just been removing them and throwing them somewhere else, or I squish them. I feel a little guilty about it, but also they are demolishing everything, so I sometimes feel like I have no choice. And great news though, this is our medium-sized tomato and has been growing really awesome. I think I'm gonna cut some of the lower leaves off down here because I don't think that looks good and I don't want that to spread into some sort of disease. But check it out. Oh, we have some cute little tomatoes. We have some more starting to form here. There's a beetle on my... I'm gonna cut the lower leaves here. You can see all that damage from what those ants did back then. And you know, I think before the sun goes down, I'm gonna try that basil propagation thing again. But in the last video I posted, I got a comment that said that I should try with a branch that's a little bit more mature. I'm gonna try that. I think there's one that's perfect for propagating, so I'm gonna cut that really quick and then we'll put it in some water and see how it does. Hey everyone, it's July 31st right now, and it has been quite a bit of some time, I think, since the last time I say this in every video. Now we're going to do something about this basil, so just... Look at that! That is so crazy. The plan is we're not gonna plant it directly outside yet. We're gonna get a little pot, fill it with soil, and then I'm actually gonna plant the basil in that. As it gets a little more acclimated to soil, then I'm gonna plant it outside. But I also want to show you guys how everything's looking right now after a week of that initial update. So, oh, it's definitely midsummer. It's very, very hot out here today. And you'll see that in my tomatoes right here. They look not very happy sitting in the heat right now. I'm sure you guys noticed already. Look, cherry is now taller than my medium tomato, and my medium tomato seems to be really struggling with heat. Cherry seems to not be bothered by it. The marigolds are thriving. That is so many right now. And the basil's getting really tall too, but that's my lack of pruning. This heat, I think it really likes it. And I think we'll finally make our first jar of pesto. Now this tomato always perks up when it's like getting close to nighttime, when the sun's really going down and temperatures change. Tomatoes are getting a little bit bigger. This big now. Need the size for reference. Got some other tomatoes coming in right here too. Here's the cherry tomatoes. Look, it's so cute. Also, this is super random, but lately I've been seeing this little grasshopper. So I think he kind of lives on my marigolds right now. I'll have to film him again if I see him. We got our dirt, we got the basil, and we got a pot full of water. Open this up here. Alright, let's see if we have our little basil here. The big old roots. Let's plant the little guy in here. I kind of feel like we need more dirt around the base. Let's give it some water now. Time to reunite. Look, look, Father Basil. It's your son in its own pot. Aren't you so proud? Now, I don't want to leave this little guy out in the sun yet. I think it'll be a little bit too fast to do, so we'll keep him inside for probably 3 days while it gets used to this new environment, and then we'll start putting him out in the sun too. Last thing we have left to do is to start pulling out them weeds again, because a lot of these horsetails are really getting pretty tall. Well, after a night, looks like the basil's doing okay. But it looks pretty perky right now, so hooray. So I finally bought some basil. I finally bought some Parmesan, and I have a lot of basil growing, so we're gonna make our first jar of pesto today. there we go. So I definitely taste tested it a few times while I was making it because, of course, you know, there's like bits of runoff and stuff like this. And I think I did pretty good with this one. A little spicy, actually. I think that garlic was very, very spicy. There's our first jar of pesto and hopefully many more to come. Y'all are probably thinking, like, why the heck does she not have a food processor? Like, why is she doing this all by hand? I don't know why, but I like doing things manually. I forgot how tiring it really is. I think my basil is looking good now, so we're gonna try to plant it out here before it gets dark. And then I'll do a last run through of everything that's been going on. It's been 4 days, I think. Still doing all right. So here it is. I'm gonna plant it right here. I should get the shovel. Okay, today being August 6th, it's been 1 month since that last update again. The garden is so cute right now. I love it so much. Let me give you a run through of everything so far. Let's start on this side this time. We got our shiso. We actually haven't eaten it that much, but I've been looking up some more recipes that use it, and I definitely like to utilize it more. But every time I get some of these, it smells so freaking good. I love it. Shiso. Easy, very easy plant. There we go. Hello. We got our little basil here that we just planted in here. I didn't realize how big those roots would have gotten in the pot, but they were already starting to outgrow the pot. So I'm glad that we are already switching it over here. And we got cherry over here. Cherry, of course, has gotten so big. Look at that. Something got this, but that's okay. We got some more tomatoes coming up here. Success story for cherry over here. Our medium tomato over here, which hasn't caught up in height yet. But these tomatoes, next vlog, you know I'm gonna be picking these. They're really growing in those tomatoes. The marigolds are doing super good. The little beetles, they're a little relentless, but these ones are really withstanding it well. This marigold here is starting to look a little sickly, to be honest. I don't know if these leaves are supposed to look this way. I just cut a couple of the dead ones off, and then I accidentally snapped the stem. So we will see if it lives or not. And last but not least, we got the basil, the main basil here. And after I made some pesto, the new growth is starting to come in. You can already see these are starting to branch out here. They're already looking really good. And I figured maybe I don't have to worry so much about pests. This basil's so strong, it's just like really getting through everything. So I'm just gonna keep harvesting and keep enjoying the whole thing. And I hope the same thing goes for that basil right here. What a cutie. So that's basically it for all of July. We had some beautiful growth, and I think August is gonna be even better. So we shall see. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog as well as the other ones, and thank you all for the lovely comments you have been leaving. If you want to keep saying some more, feel free to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Quick random thing. Recently, my landlord cut all of this clover and stuff from the front yard. You can just see it's like basically a desert patch now. All of the grass is starting to grow back now, but I saw how happy the bees were about the clover flowers, and I was really sad to see them go. I haven't seen the bees since. So I decided to take some of the finished flowers of the clovers and plant them in a different planter so that we can just have flowers all the time here. I'm just gonna see if they grow. You see, I've just been watering this and hoping that something sprouts out. This is day 3 right now, so we'll see if anything grows out, but that'll be in the next update too. Anyways, see ya.